Hey guys, welcome back. I am Fiora. Welcome back to Flashlight Unity. And this is another video. And this video is called, Are You in the Game? The game. Oh, you didn't know this life was a game? Well, it absolutely is. And my question to you is, are you in the game? And if you don't know if you're in the game, then you probably are not in the game. If you didn't know that this life was a game, then most likely you are not in the game. Well, I'm telling you, this is the game. I am telling you now that we are absolutely in the game. The ideal is to play the game, first of all. The ideal is to play the game, to get in the game. And once you get in the game, before you get in the game, you have to learn the rules of the game. Now, within this game, there's a criteria for the game. First, the criteria is to be incarnated here into this earthly realm where we are right now. That's the first criteria to the game. The second criteria to the game is recognition. Now, look that word up. Don't just assume that you understand what words mean. Look words up. Get an accurate definition so that you can apply these words to your actual life, to the actual information that you receive. So, and the criteria for this game is to be incarnated into this realm. The second criteria for this game is to accurately discern recognition, to have recognition. Now, recognition, once you look that word up, you know that is everything under the sun. It could be anything under the sun. There's no one specific thing that you need to recognize, but you need to recognize everything. So the next criteria to this game is recognizing that this game is not on one level. This game has many levels to it. And so you have to gracefully go through the levels or phases to this game. So recognize that the game does not stay stagnant. The game is always in motion. The game is always in motion. So if you're in a game, if you're in a game and you know the game is always in motion, what does that tell you? So think of a train. If a train is in motion, if you know that you have to catch a train and you know that this train is going to be in motion, you know that you have to get in motion to actually get to where the train is. You know that you cannot be stagnant. You know that the train is not going to come to where you are. So you know that you have to be in motion to be involved in the motion of this train. And this is exactly what I'm talking about for this game, because the game is always, always, always in motion. This game does not shut off. It is an ongoing game, and it's up to you of how you're going to maneuver through this game while it's in motion. Let me see some more criteria that you have to have for this game. Okay, so another criteria that you're going to have to be in this game is understanding. You have to recognize that understanding is not immediate in this game. Understanding is something that develops. Some things you may understand in this game, some things you may not. But you have to determine, do you want to understand some things, or do you want to just leave them as, oh, I don't know, and that's just how it is. If that's the case, then there's no need for you to get into the game because you have already lost the game. Another criteria for the game is to understand that no one else can play this game for you. The last criteria that I have for this game is that no one else can play this game for you. This is not like a video game where you can give somebody the controller and they play your man for you. In this particular game, no one else can play this game for you. So you're going to have to get up and wake up, rise up, and be prepared to play this ongoing game. And this game does not end until you actually descend on right up out of here. So as long as you're here in this realm, in this earthly realm, living this life, the game is ongoing. And you have the decision to decide if you're going to get in on the game or if you're going to be a bystander and watch everybody else be in on the game while you sit around and don't do anything. You won't be in motion, you won't be in understanding, and you won't be elevating. Because the goal of this game is to elevate. The goal of this game is to elevate. But in order to elevate, you have to get in the game. So I ask you again, are you in the game? Stay tuned. I'm going to have more videos and we're going to be talking about the game because this series of videos is called Another One Bites the Dust. And the time is now for everybody to get in the game, because another one bites the dust could be you if you decide not to get in the game. So my wish is that everybody get into the game, and I'm going to do my part in giving you messages, clues, and tips, information overtly and covertly. Last video, I gave you those same terms. I want you to look up those terms. I want you to look up overtly and covertly. If you know what it means, great. You don't have to look it up. But myself, even though I know words, like basic words, like, I know what overt and covert mean. I know what recognition mean. I know what in motion mean. I know what action mean. I know what all those words mean. But I look them up anyway, because, with each definition, there are alternate definitions. Most people think because we apply meaning to words based on how we utilize them in life, but that may not be all the definitions to those words. So I encourage you to, when you hear words, even if you think you know the words, look up those words. And this is where your discernment and intuition is going to have to come into play, because just because I say a word and you think you know the word, look it up anyway, because you may find some insight of definition for that word. And that's another criteria for playing this game. Assume that you know nothing, because a attitude, a mindset that says, I know everything, is already a defeat for this game. If you're in the mindset to say, I know already, I know what that means, I don't have to look it up, I know what that means, I don't have to do this, you have already lost the game, because there is more to this game than meets the eye. And if you're not willing to play the game, if you're not willing to have understanding, if you're not willing to discern in this game, you will lose this game. And that's all for this video. I'll come back to you with another one, and we're going to continue this series. Another one bites the dust. And remember, people, remember, we got to get over before we go under, because as I've said and as I've been saying, there is impending danger that is coming to these lands, and it all revolves around this game that we are playing. So you could be in the know, or you can be out of the know. You can be an active participant, or you could be ignorant. Look up that word. Look up ignorant. Look up ignorance. That means to ignore. Are you ignoring the words that's coming out of my mouth? Are you ignoring the wisdom that's all around you? Are you ignoring the going-ons around you that clearly tell you that something doesn't look right, doesn't feel right? Look up the word ignorance, because the first part of that is ignore, and you have to determine if you're going to be one of those who ignore, because that's the one way where you have already lost the game. So until next time, guys, we got to get over before we go under, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Ochite.